off to the movies now, and one of the world's most beloved franchises returned to the cinemas this week. Downton Abbey, A New Era, takes the Crawley family on a fresh adventure to the south of France.
Full of the scandal and romance we all know and love, the film brings back familiar faces and a few new ones. Weekend Sunrise movie man Jason Jabba Davis sat down with the cast, the director and creator of the sequel.
Have you told them, Lady Grantham?
She's told us nothing.
Do sit down. I've come into possession of a villa in the south of France.
What villa?
Start at the beginning.
Years ago, before you were born, I met a man.
They spend a few days together and he gives her a house.
You never thought to turn it down?
Do I look as if I'd turned down a villa in the south of France?
For the past 12 years, we've been captivated by the world of Downton Abbey. Along with some new faces, all of the fan favourites are back for the new instalment.
Three of the very best characters from my beloved Downton Abbey join us: Robert, Sophie and Michael, a.k.a. Thomas, Daisy and Andy.
How many times are you going to say that today?
That's it, just once.
A cast which has captured the hearts of audiences, thanks to the work of Downton's creator, Julian Fellowes.
There are so many big moments in the film. There's so many fantastic lines of dialogue.
Again, I've always admired Julian Fellowes, but working on this script, that skyrocketed. The fact that he can give so many characters meaningful journeys, and that he can be so funny and so touching. And often as a director you think, oh my God, this is a great scene. But I couldn't believe how often I felt that on this film.
Cut!
Sorry.
The modern world comes to Downton.
It's the best format in the world. Upstairs and downstairs, men, women, old, young, upper class, working class, all living under the same roof. And that's a sort of very intoxicating mix. And I think Julian has tremendous empathy for his characters, and there's such warmth for them as human beings, and I think that's much needed in our current culture.
Even though in one way, of course, they were living a life that nobody is living in this great palace and all the rest of it. But once you get past that, most of their lives were recognizable. Most of them were just doing things that we all do in some version or other.
This time around, the Dowager Countess reveals a secret from her past, a mysterious man who gave her his French villa. Meanwhile, Downton is taken over by a Hollywood film crew shooting a movie.
A telephone call for you, my lord. Mr. Barber is the producer and director.
He wants to make a film at Downton.
A moving picture at Downton.
But the big film stars, famous ones.
I think it's a horrible idea. Actresses plastered in makeup and actors just plastered.
Now, the second film in the franchise, the sequel is set to deliver the same drama that has hooked fans for over 6 seasons.
You really feel like it's elevated to another level. It's incredible. When you go upstairs and when the film crew come in, it all feels on such a bigger scale. Yeah. It's really exciting.
I think fans, I hope they'll have an emotional response. I should be sorry to feel they wouldn't after 12 years.
There's trouble in paradise.
You don't need me to tell you that marriage is a novel, full of plot twists along the way.
But in an unpredictable world, could this also be the end of an era?
Does this mean we'll never see another series of Downton?
I don't think there'll be another series of Downton, no. But whether this is the end of Downton is another question that I can't answer, because each time when I think it's the end, it isn't. And there we are back with another series or another film.
Women like us fall into two categories, dragons and fools. You must make sure they think of you as a dragon. With that, I will say goodnight and leave you to discuss my mysterious past.
It seems the public only want films that talk.
I should have thought the best thing about films is that you can't hear them. Be even better if you couldn't see them either.
Thank you. That is one of my favourite shows. I know you just like
haven't got
death
on board.
And, murder and thrillers and horrible, grotesque
Is there any
stuff.
of that?
There's intrigue.
Okay.
And there is an element
I can handle a bit of
thriller.
intrigue.
It's very good.
I'll watch one app and get back to you.